if you've been at this channel for any amount of time, you will know that I have a lot of OCs, and you might not know a lot about them, because I don't tend to share a lot about them, besides sometimes rambling about them in the descriptions of YouTube videos, but that is very rare. So I thought that since I have so many characters, and I miss doing drawing a lot, since I haven't had a lot of time or motivation, that I would participate in OC-tober this year. Basically, that's, I'm doing the Be Weird, the Be Weird OC-tober challenge, which obviously were prompts made by the account Be Weird. So basically how this is going to go is that at the end of each week of OC-tober, I will hopefully upload a video doing the prompts of that week. Now, in every week, I won't do every single prompt, except this week, and maybe the last week, because not all of the prompts really speak to me, or I am not, able to, like, do the prompt, because of time or whatever. So I'm going to try my best to do as many as I can, but I'm not going to be able to do all of them, probably. But the effort is what counts, and plus it's supposed to be fun, so I don't want to, like, go over, I don't want to do as many as I can and have a not fun time doing it, because I like drawing, and I would like to have fun doing this challenge, rather than not have fun doing an art challenge. So basically the first day is new OC, which was easy considering I literally made a new OC like a week ago or so. When I'm recording my voice, I've made her like 9 days ago, but I guess she'd be a bit older by the time the video goes up. Her name is Nadia, and she's not just my newest OC overall, but she's the newest addition to the main cast of one of my original stories, Fragments of Cinereo. We're gonna talk more about Fragments of Cinereo in later videos, because obviously this has been a story that I've really been working on I've been working on the story for like 5 years, I think. 5 or 4 years, I don't really remember, it's been a while. But yeah, so she's the newest addition to the main cast, which is really surprising considering the rest of the main cast has existed since the inception of this story. And you might be wondering, why was this brand new character just added to the story when the entire rest of the group has been pretty well established? That's a great question, and I can't give you the answer because that would be a massive spoiler, because the reason she was created is a massive spoiler. So I can't exactly share a lot about Nadia and her backstory, because her backstory is a bit of a spoiler for a lot of the story. But what I can do is share otherwise information about her. So we would be introduced to her in the story alongside Isaac's proper introduction, and she isn't as secretive about herself as Isaac is, because, you know, we see her face, and she seems to be more willing to communicate with the rest of the group, unlike Isaac, who just appears to not want to talk to anybody ever. He's very socially awkward. She at least seems to know how to talk to other people, but still, she doesn't really explain who she is to them, and so the rest of the group doesn't know anything about her other than the fact that her name is Nadia, and she and Isaac appear to know each other in some way. She's sarcastic, headstrong, and very protective over the one she cares about. She's quite physically capable, and the group suspects that she's been trained by the guard. And considering the fact that she and Isaac appeared to be wearing what looks like guard uniforms, they have a fair reason to suspect that. And obviously, Nadia's the oldest out of the 5 of them, and she is like 3 years older than Isaac, or she appears to be like 3 years older than him. But like she's she's in her 20s while the rest are in their late teens. So she is older than them, and they suspect that, like, at the very least she would have done her guard training, which her guard service, which is like a mandatory thing within the country, that you have to do your guard service. Or at least, well, men have to do guard service, women can if they want to, so she would have been old enough to have done guard service. But the fact that she is still has like guard attire, and then also is in the possession of a geode, she's either still a part of the guard, or she is of noble birth, because it's really rare for anyone who isn't of noble birth to possess a geode that is in tune to their aura, because
not many non-god members really even, like non-royal / noble / god members even need to have a geode attuned to them anyway, at least if they're, like, they don't have magic anyway, there's no real point in having the geode unless you, like, really need it because your natural magic capacity doesn't work as well as some others do. So working out the sort of way the magic works there, but that's the basic idea of some people who have, like, more skill than magic than others, like, naturally gifted, but can, like, get that out of in practice, and but some people just end up being better at it than others, so you still always seek out methods of better helping with the magic capabilities, but for others it's like, oh, whatever, I can do what I do with my magic, and I don't really need extra work on it.
But that's not really important to this because they're talking about Nadia right now. Her main goal throughout the story is to help and protect Isaac on his mission, because the entire story is, despite him not being the main character, is jump-started by his decision to steal an artifact from their kingdom in order to so that he steals this magical artifact.
Of course, fragment, it's the fragment, and he basically convinces the rest of the group to come with him on a transcontinental journey to go to the other 3 main countries in the continent to get their fragments. So the title of the fragments are made, the continent is called Syria, and there are 4 fragments of this ancient crystal, to which, if used all together, was thought to be powerful enough to bring someone back from the dead. That's what Isaac wants to do. He wants to use the powers of the fragments to bring the Red King back to life within the next 15 years. Not everyone really agrees with him wanting to do that, but they all agree to come with him because of their own, like, personal reasons that we'll get into later on when I eventually talk about them.
But yeah, Nadia comes because she wants to help Isaac and protect Isaac. Does she agree with wanting to bring back the king? Yeah, I guess she does. Based on her background, she definitely would agree with monarchy in general, but specifically dislikes the current rule, which is the late king's wife, who we can talk about some other time. Not right now, not going to get into the entirety of the lore, but a lot of people in the kingdom don't really like the current queen and would prefer her not be there. But no one's really done anything about it since the original rebellion 13 years ago, after the king actually died. So, yeah, we can talk about that some other time. I have a lot to say about fragments, so hopefully people are interested in that, because it has been bouncing around in my brain for a long time, and eventually I hope to turn into a webcomic. But yeah, this is Nadia, and I hope you like her. Moving on to day 2, since I can't actually remember who my first OC was, I decided to do my oldest 3, at least I believe these are my oldest 3 OCs, I don't actually remember because it was so long ago. Wingstar, NJ, and Aspenfrost. So if anyone is still here from my Wattpad days, you might remember Wingstar. I wrote a whole fanfiction about her back in the day, and I believe was probably the only work I actually completed on Wattpad, and like my most popular story. Really bad story though, so I deleted it a long time ago, and I didn't even unpublish it. I just straight up deleted it. I'm quite sad about that because obviously I have no access to that story now, but whatever, it's just lost to time, I guess. Wingstar, she was born a kitty pet. Her father was the real-life Warrior Cats character, Billy Storm, so she was in the Sky Clan area. she like joined Sky Clan at a young age. She was a Mary Sue basically. Harry Kit fucking hated her and got exiled when they were apprentices because he tried to attack her or something, and he joined up with a gang of rogues and wanted to kill her. I don't know. Eventually she obviously became leader because she was Wingstar. I don't remember what her warrior name was, so I just call her Wingstar. But like, I wrote the story in like 2016, so I was like 12 or something. And you know, I loved warrior cats. So I just decided to have the most original idea ever of a cat with wings. What a novel concept. And like, still to this day, I love drawing cats with wings. So I guess some things never change. And you just always will be the same person forever. But moving on to NJ, she was my first persona, originally just called Jacinta. Like her name is Nikita Jacinta NJ for short. Originally she just started off as a white cat with pink eyes and a blue hoodie. Didn't have much story originally because she was just me. Eventually she evolved into her current form, and actually she split off into two characters, her current self and Aspen Frost. Someone who also started off as a white cat with pink eyes. Basically, him and NJ were like the same character for amount of time. I don't really remember though. Aspen Frost was my warrior cat self insert. I haven't touched him for a really long time, but I might rework the lore, who knows. I also had a story about him on Wattpad, which I also deleted. That I did work on for a bit, but whatever. He's changed a lot, obviously, since then as well. But yeah, these were my first OCs. And an honorable mention will go to Shadow Flame. Warrior Cat's OC based off my cat Penny, who would have been the sister of Firestar, who came into the forest with him. I shipped her with Ravenpaw. The reason I made her was because I have a cat called Penny, so that was Shadow Flame. But my other cat is called Rusty, and he is orange. And if you don't know, Firestar's old kitty pet name was Rusty. So I decided that I'd write a Warrior Cats fanfiction based on that. And yeah, I shipped her with Ravenpaw. They had like 3 kits. I don't remember anything else. Maybe if I dug into the old archives of my art, like in my old sketchbooks, I'd be able to find some stuff, but I don't really know. But yeah, these are my first 3 OCs, and there's not much to them because I don't really remember a lot about them specifically. But I do want to, like, maybe I will bring them back, who knows. I don't know if I could bring Wingstar back in, like, her current iteration. Because obviously, like, a lot of stuff has been published since 2016 to do with Sky Clan, because obviously Sky Clan is back with the 4 main clans now, and like a bunch of other stuff has happened, and all that sort of thing. So I don't really know what I do with that, but cats with wings will always be a fun concept to have, whether or not that's Warrior Cats related or not. We shall see if I do anything with Wingstar in the future, or NJ, or Aspen Frost. Aspen Frost will have another addition into this OC challenge because I still love him very much, despite the fact that I'm not doing much with him at the moment. But yeah, these are my first 3 OCs, and then yeah. Day 3 would be a favorite OC, and since I don't really have favorite OCs, or well, I try not to have favorite OCs because, having a favorite character is like trying to pick between your kids, and you really shouldn't do that. Obviously, people are gonna have favorite OCs, and I do have favorite OCs, but I try not to. But like the other favorite OCs that I would have, I'm gonna be drawing later on in the challenge anyway, so I decided to give these guys some love as well. So I'm drawing Ned, Mahaka, and Akari, which are of course my national personification characters. The national personifications of Australia, New Zealand, and Japan respectively. I am currently reworking the lore for this stuff because I just decided to do away with their human designs altogether and just have them be furries, because why not? I don't know. I like drawing furries. and I just thought it'd be more fun, especially now that I've had them, like, they will have more, like, realistic sizing to do with, like, the actual animals. So New Zealand is really, really, really tiny, and you know, Australia's quite large, so it's, like, kind of funny. New Zealand and Australia haven't changed that much in design-wise, besides them being different sizes, because now there's a much larger height difference, because obviously back when I had the human versions, New Zealand was 5'11", and Australia was 6'3", but now Australia is 6'6", and New Zealand is like a little bit more than 2 feet tall. I think she's like 2.5 feet tall. So, big change in size, not really that much a big change in design. Because I really like their designs, and I think there wasn't really that much I needed to change from them, because I am really bad at changing things that I like. But, Akari, aka Japan, has changed a lot, because I changed her species. And she's been, I feel like every single time I like redo my designs for my country personifications, Japan always changes quite a lot. I think it's just because I can never really decide what I want her to be. Like Australia and New Zealand, I have like a general idea of what I want them to be and how I want to portray them. Along with like other characters I find easier to like characterize, but Japan for some reason I find her really difficult to characterize. So she's having a change in species and also kind of a change in personality as well. But don't worry, Australia x Japan is still canon to my universe, because I will take that ship to my grave. You cannot get that ship out of me. I love it. It is my favorite ship, and has always been my favorite ship since I was in the Country Humans fandom. It has always been my favorite ship. But anyway, like, what are these guys' deals? Even though I am working the lore, I still have, like, basic ideas of what... Like, Australia and New Zealand's lore haven't changed that much. It's mostly just Japan's lore that has changed because of, the lore changes I've made to the universe overall. So basically, I have done away with the idea that, new governments are different characters, so we no longer have, like... So, Japan is the representation of, like, the majority of modern Japan. So, she would have been the character, during, you know, the entirety of the 1900s, if you catch my drift, and then also, like, the 1800s as well. I haven't figured out how far back she would have gone, because I still need to read up on some more history, which is also fun for me, because I love doing deep dive history dives. Yeah. But... yeah, so basically, I'm still, like, trying to figure out exactly, relations and whatever, but a lot of the lore hasn't changed, because I still have, like, a lot of the characters that I have developed quite a lot, not many changes will have happened to them, but, yeah, I don't really know what I can really say, because, I don't know, I don't want to be here all day, and I don't really know much more else I can say without it making, like, absolutely no sense. I am in midway of, like, reworking designs for basically everybody, like, as in, like, redoing, like, their sizes and stuff. Like, if you saw my 1-0 video, the UK has a new look. He's a British Bulldog now, rather than a Jack Russell Terrier, because I was like, oh my god, there is a British Bulldog, but he should just be a Bulldog. That makes so much more sense, and definitely suits him a lot more. And, like, well, Canada's animal hasn't changed either. He's still a beaver. America, the United States, is a griffin, because, like, as much as I do love eagles, and definitely she is an eagle at heart, I like the griffin design that I came out with, so she's gonna say a griffin, because I can. But, yeah, that's, this. Hope you enjoyed this, little ramble, I guess, which isn't really relevant to what I've been drawing, but, yeah, I guess it's like, why are these guys my favorite? I don't know, because like, what dictates a favorite character? But yeah, that's them. Hopefully Toy House pages should be up. Like, I mean, their Toy House pages, I didn't take them down, but a lot of the information isn't canon anymore, so maybe don't look at the pages until I have updated them. But yeah, here's them, and hope you enjoyed it. Moving on to day 4, we have self-insert / Sona. I obviously decided to draw my Sona Axel. Like, he's got many different versions, but I decided to draw the main version. This is the one that I use to just represent myself most commonly. He's kind of like a demon creature. He's got goat legs, but more demon-like horns and tail. He used to be human, but then he gradually just evolved into being more and more demon-like. Like, if you've seen my Meet the Artist posts, like, you know, my Sona was human, and then I gave him wings, and then I gave him horns, and then I gave him demon legs, or goat legs. I'm such a furry that my persona is half furry. Amazing. I might make just a fully human version of him that I won't turn into another creature, but who knows? We shall see. Like, obviously he's got many different other versions. Like, we have like, I've made a version of him to be a Gravity Falls self-insert, which I ship with 4 times because I can. We also have, you know, we like, my, the Owl House version. I'm gonna be working on, a Steven Universe version of him. Don't ask me how I'm gonna do that. My Little Pony version, D-Stars, Spider-Verse. I made a Did Everything version of him, which he is Axel the Satchel. He is quirky. That's the bottom line. He is quirky. But yeah, like, when it comes to Sonas, you should just make a character that you feel like best represents you in any which way, which you can do whatever you want with your Sona, because it's your Sona. But I do have other Sonas as well. I have, one of my personas, Axel Valhunden, which is as a dog, basically. I forgot what dog he is, but he's a dog with wings, and he's also got, like, axolotl, like, fins on him as well, because he can. I don't know why I made him a dog with, like, blue and brown spots on him, considering I have albinism, and, like, if I was an animal, I would have white fur, but I guess I just wanted to have a character that had spots on him that was a Sona, because, like, why, I don't know. Another Sona would be, Axie, which is my kitty dog OC, with, who's, like, half black, half white, and, pink and, blue, accents, basically. I love the pink/red and blue aesthetic, as you can tell. I got Geode as well, which is my owl cat, who I actually have a fursuit of, and I also have Apollo, which is my newest persona, and he is a rabbit, an Irish hare to be specific. I have, like, other Sonas, like Jace used to be a Sona, Aspen used to be a Sona, Rex was a Sona, obviously NJ was a Sona. So many Sonas, so little time, oh my god. Like, I had so many Sonas, because, like, you can never have too many, and you never know what situation you're gonna be in that you need to represent yourself. But Axel the Demon is my main Sona, and yeah, I like him. He is just, I guess, me, but, like, more exaggerated. Like, maybe that's why I want to make, like, a human version of him, because, like, Axel the Sona is a very exaggerated version of me, who is definitely more confident. And then, like, there's Mimi, who isn't very confident and doesn't look like that. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't, unfortunately. But I don't know. We'll see. It's, the pose is kind of experimental. Like, I guess it's like the OC challenge is like just draw fun poses because why not? But whatever. It's art. I can do what I want. But I hope you enjoyed this drawing of Axel. And moving on. And onto the final day for this week of OC-tober is day 5, Underappreciated OC. And I decided to go with Thorn from, Thorn is a part of the main cast of one of my original series, Fragments of Cinereo, you know, the same series that Nadia is from. And, Thorn is technically the main POV character of this series. But if they are the main character, why are they underappreciated? I'm not sure. It's in comparison to the rest of the main cast, besides Nadia, because she's brand new. People just haven't really taken that much interest in them. Maybe they just don't look as interesting as Isaac, Lemon, or Willow. People do tend to like Sapphics and mysterious cloaked figures, so I guess the rest of the gang really spoke to the people. But enough about why. What could possibly be driving people to not take interest in Thorn Kips? Who is Thorn Kips? Thorn is an almost 19-year-old who lives with their older sister and 2 younger sisters on the outskirts of the Afrarian capital. They get recruited by Isaac to come with him on a transcontinental journey to retrieve the ancient artifacts with magical properties, hoping to resurrect the king. Thorn decides to come along, not because they want to help Isaac. No, they really dislike the monarchy, actually. Thorn comes with Isaac because they want to escape the mandatory guard service and have no methods of running away otherwise. This decision will come back to haunt them later on once they realize who they've ran away with. But yeah, Thorn, I really love them, and I have been really getting into, like, their family situation as of late. I have designed their family members, so their mother and father, their older sister, and their 2 younger sisters. I still need to color those in, and we'll eventually get those pages up eventually. But yeah, Thorn's father, Bramble, used to be a member of the Afrarian Royal Guard. Some events happened to which led to their father's death. We will leave, well, actually no, we won't leave it there because you'll find out very soon that the reason that Thorn really dislikes the monarchy is because, well, after King Adrian passed away 13 years ago due to mysterious circumstances, there was an unsuccessful uprising to overthrow Queen Tyra. Unsuccessful, but it did manage to scare Tyra quite a lot. And, every single one of the rebels who were caught, got executed, actually. And since Bramble was a member of the Guard, he was the one who brought in a lot of the money, so after their dad passed away, their mother really struggled to make ends meet and had to do a lot of not so fun things to get money in order to care for Thorn and their sister. But eventually, some unfortunate events happen to Thorn's mum, basically leaving Thorn and their older sister to take care of themselves and their two younger sisters. So not very fun, and Thorn really doesn't want to leave their family to go on this journey, but then also at the same time really doesn't want to do the mandatory guard service. So basically they've got three choices here. Either they go to the guard service, go to jail, or they run away. And they eventually, go on a bit of a self-acceptance journey, and they really bond with Isaac, and the other characters, obviously. But Isaac and Thorn do have a bit of a romance that happens, but when we get to sort of when eventually some stuff will happen, and Thorn, Isaac reveals his true identity, not to Thorn, but Thorn is there, and Isaac revealed who he was to protect Thorn, but Thorn feels betrayed by this, obviously, and gets really angry, but then also is like, oh my god, I left my sisters to run away, and he feels really awful because they're just like, I am so selfish, and then I ran away from my home to help this guy who I didn't know anything about, and now I know who he actually is. So he's angry at himself, but he's also he gets really angry at Isaac, but then later comes around to being like, the reason he's so angry at Isaac is because he's angry at himself for being so selfish to run away from his family, because obviously they needed them and they just ran away. But yeah, I love giving OCs dilemmas and trauma and stuff, so that really fun. I can't wait to actually share this story with everybody, because obviously they've been rattling around in my brain for years. But that's as much as I'm going to share right now. Obviously, I'm going to be drawing Isaac later on in this challenge, so we'll see him in a later video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed these drawings and a little bit of tidbits about these characters. Obviously, I didn't share a lot about a lot of them, or I shared some about more than others, but that's mostly because of, how much I have developed with them, or how much I'm changing. And then also, I just don't have a lot to say about a lot of them without, going on a tangent for 15 billion years. But I hope you'll join me for the next installment of OC-tober drawings. I don't think I'll be drawing as much next week as I have this week, but I'll try my best. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!